Okay, sir, we are ready.
Okay. Good morning. Whoops. Don't know my own strength. It is a little after 9 o'clock in the morning on Thursday, June 27th, 2024. I'm calling to order the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Enforcement Special Magistrate hearing. My name is Keith Davis. I'm the Special Magistrate appointed by the city to preside over today's hearing. Before we begin, please silence your cell phones or anything else you have that makes noise so that it doesn't interrupt our proceedings, and that will be appreciated. If you're going to be talking to me today about any of the items on the agenda that I'll be hearing, your testimony needs to be sworn. So I need to place everyone under oath, whether it's city staff or folks who came for their case. If you'll please stand, raise your right hands, and I'll swear everybody in together. Thank you. Do each of you swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that your testimony in today's hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. You can all have a seat. Do we have any staff cases we need to call first? Okay, we'll call those first, but get the horticultural list. Everybody is here. Okay, so when your case is called, for the folks who came to today's hearing, you can come up to the podium with the microphone that's right in front of me in the middle of the room. The way I'm going to proceed with each case is that I'm going to hear from the city first. City's witnesses will provide testimony. There may be documentary evidence in the form of photographs or the notice documents that you received regarding the violation in the hearing, or maybe other documents in the city's file. I'll have an opportunity to review those, as will you. If you would like to review that file, you have the right to do so. You don't have to. Once the city has concluded its presentation and made any recommendations to me on how it believes the case should be resolved, I will then come back to you, and it'll be your opportunity. You'll have the floor to either ask any questions of the city's witnesses that you may have, or to simply tell me about what's going on with the case from your point of view. In the event you have brought additional documents or photographs or other things that you would like me to consider, that will be the time to produce those. I'll have you show them to the city, either the code enforcement officer or the city attorney first. They'll take a look at them, and then I will as well. And once I've heard everything from everybody about the case, in all likelihood this morning, I will enter an order that resolves the matter. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes we continue things or whatever, but generally the case will get resolved this morning. So with that explanation, let's go ahead and call the first case that we have.
Okay, we are going to go to page 11 of the agenda. Item number 47, case number 23-2296. Property address of 917 South Dixie Highway. Property owner is Osmo and Elias Ikanen. Horticulturist McGrew.
David McGrew for the city. The case number has already been read in. The property owners' names are Ella and Osmo Sikanen. Sorry for their mispronunciation. The owner address is 137 Bryn Mawr Drive in Lake Worth. Let's see. This came in as an internal complaint. The case was initiated on December 13th of 2023. On February 8th, I inspected 917 South Dixie Highway with Code Manager Bobby Hicks and observed that 9 black olive trees with a diameter of breast height between 8 and 10 inches were improperly pruned in a manner commonly known as hat racking. Measurements and photos were taken and added to the case file. The property owner was notified of the violation by certified mail. On Wednesday, May 8th, I met with the property owner with Code Manager Hicks and Officer Reese in attendance. During the site visit, I explained to the property owner why they received the violation and how to remedy the violation. The respondent has entered into a contract with Strictly Tree Care Services for the implementation of a 5-year tree restoration plan, which was accepted by the city. And the respondent must obtain the required permit, the required mitigation fees for the removal of 3 trees no later than July 25th, 2024. Certified mail was received on March 16th. Property was posted on March 14th at City Hall and at the property. Last reinspection was on June 26th. Photos are in the file. Recommend time for the tree permit removal application is July 25th, 2024, or a fine of $50, and the administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by July 25th, 2024.
It looks like trees are gonna come back.
Yes.
Looking at the February pictures and then the pictures from.
Yeah, they're coming back.
They look like they were destroyed, so that's good. Do we have anybody here on behalf of the respondent for this case? Come on up, sir.
Your Honor, also, I just wanted to let you know that the respondents have entered into an agreed order that should be in the file for you.
Oh, okay. I was just handed that document. Thank you.
Forgot to mention that.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead and put your, go ahead and put your appearance on your name and address on the
Marco
record.
Sikanen at 137 Brentmore Drive.
Okay, and I was just handed, looks like a, stipulation in terms of how the case will proceed. It, it's like has your signature on it. Is your understanding of the way the case will proceed basically what was put on the record already?
Yeah, I just paid for the mitigation of
Okay.
3 trees. The permits.
Is there anything else that you'd like to tell me? I certainly have no problem blessing this order and letting it proceed this way.
I think that's it for now. I just want to confirm that there's no big fines from the first letter. Those are not going to happen. Okay, that was the biggest concern.
All right, anything else from the city?
No.
Then I was handed the order and it appears to be in proper form. I will sign off on that as well and good luck. All right, thank
He
you.
has one more, don't leave. Okay, we're gonna go to item 48, case number 23-2298, property address of 929 South Dixie Highway. Property owners Osmo and Elia Zakanin, city horticulturist McGrew. And here's
Case has already been into the record, so is the name and address of the owners. The property location is 929 South Dixie Highway. Oh. It's a neighboring property. On the same date, February 8th, I inspected 917 South Dixie, 929 South Dixie Highway with Code Manager Bobby Hicks and observed that 9 black olive trees with a diameter at breast height ranging between 8 and 10 inches were improperly pruned. In a manner commonly known as hat racking, measurements and photos were taken and added to the case file. The property owner was notified of the violation by certified mail. On Wednesday, May 8th, 2024, I met with the property owner, discussed the violation. Also in attendance were Code Manager Hicks and Officer Reese. During the site visit, I explained to the property owner why they received the violation and how to remedy the violation. The respondent has entered into a contract with Strictly Tree Care Services for the implementation of a 5-year tree restoration plan, which was accepted by the city. And the property owner also signed an agreed order. Former violation was on March 12th. Certified mail was received on March 16th. Property was posted at City Hall and the property on March 14th. Last inspection was on June 26th. Photos were added to the file. And administrative cost by $425.29 to be paid by July 25th, 2024.
It's like this isn't about the same posture.
Virtually this is identical.
Adjacent properties.
And same thing, I have been provided with the order. The only thing I did is on page 1, I circled that you are present at today's hearing and struck through the option that you indicate whether you were or were not here. Otherwise, I am in agreement with the resolution and I will sign off on the orders. Or anything else you wanted to put on the record?
That's it for now.
Okay, nothing else from the city?
No.
Okay, so ordered. I've signed the order as agreed to, and good luck. Yeah. There you go.
We're going to go to page 12 of the agenda. Item number 49, case number 23-2299. Property address of 1014 South Dixie Highway. Property owner is the Salem Haitian Evangelical Lutheran Church. City horticulturist McGrew.
Yes, the case number, owner, and address have already been read into the record. This is horticulturalist David McGrew. Sorry about that again. On February 8th, 2024, I inspected 1014 South Dixie Highway with Code Manager Hicks and observed that 11 live oak trees with a diameter and breast height between 7 and 13 inches and 4 mahogany trees with a diameter at breast height between 17 and 20 inches were improperly pruned in a manner commonly known as hat racking. Measurements and photos were taken and added to the case file. The property owner was notified by certified mail. On May 22nd, 2024, I conducted a NOV inspection and took photos that were added to the file. I've been in communication with Pastor Ellie by phone and email. They're in the process of getting an arborist at that time and getting quotes. The respondent has provided a tree restoration plan from Zimmerman Tree Services that requires a 2-year fertilization program prior to commencing restoration pruning. The tree restoration plan shall include 2 years of fertilization and 5 years of restoration pruning. The property owner has entered into an agreement with the city. Formal notice of violation was sent out on March 12th. Certified mail was received on March 16th. The property was posted on March 14th at City Hall and the property. Was re-inspected on June 26th and found to be in non-compliance. Photos were added to the file. The recommendation for the tree removal application is July 25th, 2024, a fine of $50 per day, and administrative costs of $425.29 to be paid by July 25th, 2024.
All right, thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Whoever would like to speak first, step on up.
And follow what do we have to do? What is the requirement now?
So the requirement is, we discussed it yesterday and you read the contract. You have to hire Zimmerman Tree Service, who provided you the quote for the 2 years of fertilization, which you provided a contract for that also. And then at the end of the fertilization program, then you have to enter into a 5-year contract with them to restore the trees. You also have to remove the 2 trees that the one is mostly dead and the one that's been uprooted on the south side of the property that were recommended by the arborist to be removed and replaced. You can do those. And those are a 1-for-1 replacement based on the condition.
I don't have that much to say.
That appears, let me get your, let me go ahead and have you put your name and address on the record, sir, just so that we know.
Oh, you just speak it into the mic.
That's fine. But I still need you to go ahead and,
My name is Matthew Jean Baptiste.
yes, sir. And how are you affiliated with the property?
I'm a member of the church, an associate minister down there.
Okay. Thank you. It looks to me that the proposal from Zimmerman Tree Service outlines the requirements that the city read into the, or spoke into the
Yes.
record. So as long as that is followed, it should be in compliance. It appears was a payment to Zimmerman for
The fertilization.
doing some of the work at this
Mhm.
point. So you understand what needs to happen going forward.
Yes.
Yes. Do you have any questions? Any other questions?
We will get the permit. payment for that, right?
What's the question?
We're going to get the payment for the removal.
The two trees that are gonna be removed, you have to apply for a permit, which is around less than $150. And you have to remove the trees and replace them one for one with a native shade tree.
Okay, do you have any, and I have, the agreed order, with today's date and is it Pastor, Lusant that signed it? So do you understand what's required of you now based on what you've been told and what's written in this order? Any other questions? I want to make sure everybody understands what needs to happen going forward.
No.
No?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you. Anything else from the city?
Nope.
All right, then, I will, as well on this one, sign off on the order, make the, there is proper notice, there is violation that continues, and I will sign off on the agreed order. All right, thank you, folks. You'll get a copy of this and good luck. There you go.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to go to page 3 of the agenda, item number 12, case number 23-883. This is a public request for an extension of time for compliance at 128 South F Street. Property owner is S&D Land LLC, Officer Dale.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Officer Letisa Dell with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. The owner's name, address, and case number has been read into the record. The owner is requesting a second extension of time, requesting for compliance by August 27, 2024. This case was initiated as a business license audit on May 10th, 2023. Notice of violation was sent out on July 18th, 2023, and the property in City Hall was posted on July 21st, 2023. The first hearing date was November 30th, 2023, and the property was ordered for compliance by March 29, 2024, with the $100 per day fine. The first extension request granted by the city on April 25th, 2024, with compliance by May 30th, 2024. And to date, the property is in compliance as of June 25th, 2024. But at this time, the city is not in agreement with the extension of time request for the owner.
Okay, so it came into compliance on June 25th.
It did.
Yes, sir. Go ahead and put your name and address to the record.
David Petrona, 128 South F.
So you're basically asking for an extension to get you
We're all done.
through the June 24th date. And
Well,
everything,
I had applied for it,
right.
but Tuesday, everything
Everything got
passed.
done.
We're done, except for you and I.
Has the administrative cost been paid? The
Yes.
425?
Yes, it has.
Okay. And I'm looking at the application on this, there was planning and zoning board permitting or was there a
Yeah.
public hearing that had to go through P and Z and stuff
Yes,
like that?
yes, yeah, we had a public hearing.
Okay, well, here's what I'm gonna do. Over the city's objection, I'm gonna grant the extension through June 25th. So the compliance date is the date you came into compliance. And that should take care of that. All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we're going to go to page 13 of the agenda, item number 57, case number 23-2199. Property address of 531 North C Street. Property owner is Sharon L. Thompson, Officer Tyler.
Officer Tyler, City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. Owner's name and address have already been read on the record. This is a internal complaint that was initiated on November 28th, 2023. Existing violations 23.2-21 building permit. Apply for, obtain, and pick up permit for wooden fence. Permit application is listed in the system as in plan review status. It was last disapproved on January 3rd. A variance was approved on June 5th. The owner resubmitted the permit application on June 25th, but is still in plan review. All other violations have been resolved. issued courtesy notice of violation door hanger 13032 on November 29th, 2023, re-inspected on January 4th, 2024. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on February 28th, 2024. Certified mail attempted delivery on March 7th, 2024. The property in City Hall was posted February 29th, 2024. This case was administratively postponed from May 30th, 2024 to June 27th, 2024. The property was last inspected on June 25th, 2024, and found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violation. Personal contact was made with the property owner. The city is recommending that the owner be given until August 12th, 2024 for compliance or pay the fines of $50 per day. The city is also asking that the administrative costs of $425.29 to be paid by August 12th, 2024.
What was the variance required for? Location of the fence? or
Yes,
Like in a setback?
it was supposed to meet a setback, but it did not at the time, so the variance was applied for.
Morning, ma'am. Go ahead and put your name and address into the record, and then we can talk about the case.
Sharon Thompson, 531 North C Street.
Yes, ma'am. As I indicated at the beginning, I have the city's file if you'd like to take a look at it. Has some photographs, notice documents, and or if not, if you have any questions, you can ask those, and if not, you can simply tell me about where we are. It sounds like you're moving through the process.
Yeah, we just got the variance, the 18th,
Okay.
and we were supposed to have it a week before that. Never got it. We're having issues emailing. We're having issues with the computer. It finally went through.
Okay.
I had to hand deliver it because the system was not working correctly. It's problem after problem.
So next step is there a,
Once the application is in approved status, the case will be closed,
okay,
and then the administrative cost.
is that, and that's the for the building permit? This doesn't have
Correct.
to go through any other site plan, stuff like that. It's just,
All we just need is for the application to show as approved.
okay.
It was just started the other day
Okay.
due to delays.
So today's what, the end of June, the city's recommending August 12th. I don't see any reason it shouldn't be able to get done
Well, I said. it
well
would be
before then, so.
Possibly approved by August 7th
Uh-huh.
on the permit site,
Okay,
if we're lucky.
well, we're gonna be optimistic that's almost 6 weeks or so from today. So I have no problem setting that as the compliance date. And the only other thing I would suggest is that if, the computer world crashes and burns and everybody in the
Wow.
building department gets sick and
I'll just
if you're
hand
getting close,
deliver everything.
my point is if you're getting close to that August 12th date, there's a possibility that you might not hit, just stay in touch with code
I have been
enforcement.
staying in
Good.
touch with Brittany,
Uh,
Rosie, Katrina,
Everybody.
everybody.
And you were in the room, I heard a request for an extension of time right
That
before
would
you.
be
I
the next
I would
step
be
if
happy
it's
to
not-
consider that for you as well, if need be, but I'm gonna be
Okay.
optimistic that won't even be necessary, so.
I would pay the $400 something permit fee.
Yeah, that'll be due, that's the administrative costs for this hearing. That'll be due, on August 12th as well, so.
Excellent.
Okay, anything else you'd like to tell me?
No, I don't think so.
Anything else from the city?
No, sir.
Okay, so the city has proper notice. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find property remains in violation of City Code 23.2-21 regarding the building permit, but has complied with the other code sections that were listed in the notice. We'll set August 12th of 2024 as the compliance date. If compliance is not achieved by August 12th, I will accept the city's recommendation for daily fines of $50 per day until compliance is achieved. And the city's administrative costs of $425.29 are awarded and due no later than August 12th.
So I will be waiting for that permit to be approved,
Correct.
and then it needs to be inspected before the 12th.
I just need to show in the system that it's approved. You won't have to call in for that. That's something that I can check in the system, or if you get that word prior to me finding out, let me know, and then I can just verify it. Once it's verified, the violation will be complied, and then we'll be able to go from there.
All right.
So my understanding is once the building permit is issued, that gets you out of code enforcement, then you're in the building department, but you're out of code enforcement. So that's, you want to be out of code enforcement.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
Okay, we're going to page 4 of the agenda, item 17, case number 24-524. Property address of 2220 North Lakeside Drive. Property owner is Christina and Daniel Becker, Officer Bryant, and Special Magistrate. The respondent is not here, but there is a few concerned citizens, I believe, want to speak about the property. Yeah.
Code Officer Juliana for the City of Lake Worth Beach. Owner's name, address, and case number have been read into the record. The case was initiated on 4/3/2024 as an internal code complaint. Existing violations are 12-18 trash and debris. Please remove all trash and debris from all areas of property to include cinder blocks. 2-75.6.2 general requirements. Please remove dirt mildew buildup from all areas of property to include driveway, roof, walkways, pavement, and exterior walls of structure. Please install weatherproof covers for all exposed exterior outlets of property. Please repair all damaged rotten wood of soffit and fascia. Please repair/replace all areas of roof that are damaged in disrepair. Please repair all major cracks in driveway that cause ground to be unlevel with surrounding surface. Please replace all missing soffit vents/guards of entire property. 23.2-21 for a building permit. Apply for, obtain, and pick up a permit for windows and doors. 2-75.11 vacant registry. Section 2-75.11 of the City of Lake Worth Beach Code of Ordinances requires that every owner of a vacant and/or unimproved property or property containing a vacant building or structure that is located within the city shall register the property with the City of Lake Worth Beach Business License Division by filing a registration application prescribed by the city within 10 days of vacancy. Complied violations of the property are 2-75.6.2 B4 for weeds. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on 4/4/2024. Certified mail was received on 5/28/2024. Posted at property and City Hall at 4/9/2024. Last reinspection was on 6/26/2024, found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of property have been taken showing the violations. There has been no personal contact with the property owner. The recommendation time is August 8th, 2024, or fine $75 per day. Administrative costs $425.29 to be paid by August 8th, 2024.
Tell me a little bit more about 12-18, the garbage and trash. I'm looking through the
Yes.
photographs. Maybe I just haven't gotten to them yet.
Yes.
What are we talking about there?
So it was initially wooden debris and cinder blocks, but the wooden debris has been removed. It's just the cinder blocks in the rear of the property now.
Obviously, this is a vacant property at this point.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. And what's the building permit for?
It is for the windows and doors.
Is it that work's been done without a permit or just that
Yes.
there has been work done?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And then you have, I guess, some neighboring residents that you want to have them.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yes, sir. You can put your name and address in the record and then you can proceed.
Thank you. My name is Patrick Koenig. I live at 18 Harbor Drive. I have provided the city pictures of both inside and outside. And this is really far more than permits and trash. The house is infested with raccoons and rodents, possums. The roof is literally caving in. The homestead exemption has been revoked, so it is no longer a homestead. This gentleman has moved to Tennessee. Front door is boarded up. We've already had one neighbor attacked by a raccoon, underwent rabies treatments. It's become a life safety issue on our street. We have children, grandchildren, everybody walks our street. And it really is an abandoned home. I think that your code enforcement officer, who I saw on site yesterday, would agree. The roof is caved in. When it rains, the house floods. The front door is boarded up. I think you'll see from some of those pictures. And I think it's something that needs to be prioritized. This gentleman, my research shows that this gentleman has made a habit of doing this in other areas. He buys these homes, he completely ignores them, he ends up losing them. And we'd really like to see a serious fine that would force him to either do something or allow the city to move forward with foreclosure. It really is a life safety issue on our street.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Same thing, if you can put your name and address into the record.
Yes, yes, sir. My name is Jose Sotillo. I live on 21 Harbor Drive. And I'd like to basically second everything Patrick just said. That house is a danger to the neighborhood. The roof is falling apart. It's falling. I mean, you can see the big holes of tiles are caving into the house. And I remember a neighbor, I don't know if you have that picture, sir, but there are raccoons on the roof going into the house through those holes in the roof. We have children, grandchildren roaming around. I jog every morning and I see that disaster going on, and I don't know who's taking action, but action needs to be taken soon. I see landscapers there. The roof is going to cave in on this guy while he's pruning the trees. And then that doesn't happen often, by the way, because the weed grows and every so often somebody shows up. But I would ask that please some action be taken. I am very surprised that people have not taken over the home, just move in and squatters. And that's about to happen because we see people roaming the streets, looking for a place to hide or live. And that's going to be one of those homes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Same thing. If you could put your name and address into
Yes,
the
I'm
record.
Susan Spurlock. I'm at 17 Harbor Drive. And just wanted to add to what's already been said about the property. About 6 months after we moved into the neighborhood, the family disappeared. I think that was back in 2020. And my husband, who's very conscientious about these things, he's been trimming we're about 5 houses away. He's been trimming the palm trees that couldn't get into the sidewalk for like at least 3 years now, for that property. It's really dramatic because it's right at the corner of our street, and I've literally half a dozen times driven and seen the active raccoons on the top of the home, jumping into the hole and like communicating with each other. We fished 2 dead raccoons out of our pool, and we have them in our backyard regularly. It obviously is a safety issue, but my biggest concern is what Jose just recently said, in that that we're just really concerned it's going to become a squatter situation because the home, it's very obvious that it's abandoned. The gaping hole with the sinking in roof tile is front and center from the street. You can see that it's not lived in.
Understood.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. Anything else to be placed in the record on behalf of the city this time?
No, sir.
Okay. Is there anybody here on behalf of the respondent? Okay. Respondent is not present. I am going to find proper notice. I am going to find that Violations. I guess that would be under 2-75.6.2 that generally apply to the condition of the structure. It's obviously not secure. I'm gonna find that those violations constitute a threat to the public health, safety, and welfare in terms of the property being secure or people not being able to get in there unlawfully, and the testimony regarding the vermin and the raccoons and so forth. And so and I will find, other than that, the property remains in violation as cited with the exception of 2-75.6.2B4 regarding the overgrown weeds. Based on the testimony that I was provided with, I will find that code section complied, but the others remain in violation, and I'll make the health, safety, welfare finding, which means that I will authorize the city to enter the property, abate those violations in terms of securing the property, taking care of any infestations, and assessing those costs as well. I'll of course award the city's administrative costs of $425.29. In terms of general compliance, I will go ahead and, for the purposes of the order, accept the city's recommendation and will require general compliance. This is, there's nobody there, right? Yeah. And
No.
So I'm actually going to accelerate the compliance deadline on this. 27th. We'll say July 3rd as the compliance deadline, but after that, the city is authorized to enter the property, abate all those violations, secure the property, assess the costs. And also award the $425.29 administrative costs, which will also be due no later than July 3rd. I think that covers it.
Daily fine.
$250 a day.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. And then pretty much that, for you folks who came, I mean, that's pretty much legally the most I can do at this proceeding. But based on what you told me and what I saw from the city, I think that it's justified and warranted. So thank you. There you go.
I have one other question, Honor, and thank you. That's the most you can do. Are there any other steps we could take to help the process move along?
Well, so, code enforcement, like most other functions of government, doesn't always move as rapidly as we would like. However, the mechanism that the law puts in place is that the city has the ability, once a lien is recorded against the property, there's an opportunity for the city to foreclose against that lien. They have to look at other things like what other superior encumbrances are on the property. If there's some gigantic mortgage, it's unlikely that the city would step into that. But so that process exists. That happens outside of this venue for the most part. Beyond that, the building department has certain authority to declare a building unfit for human occupancy and do certain things. That's what comes to mind off the top of my head.
Is there a way the building department of the city could force the house to be demolished because
it seems right? Well, to the microphones. Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Yolanda Bryan, City of Lake Worth Beach. I spoke with the building official. The structure has to be structurally unsound in order for us to demolish it. It's not at the current time. The only issue mainly is with the roof. So I spoke also with the city attorney. We're gonna initiate a chronic nuisance case on the property and force the owner to comply. But as the special magistrate stated, after 90 days of fines accruing, the city can request an authorization of foreclosure. And if they choose to, they can move forward with the foreclosure, but it's a lot of factors that come involved in order to do so. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
And thank you folks for coming. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to go to page 8 of the agenda, item 33, case number 24-595, property address of 8 South C Street. Property owner is Interbill Investments LLC, Officer Domingo.
Carlos with the city of Lakewood Beach. Case number, owner's name, and owner's address have been into the record. Case was initiated on April 18th, 2024, as a field observation with 3 existing violations, which is 1432, 1430, which is 1432, no active business license, 1435, no active use and occupancy inspection, 23.6-1, dirt and bare spots. All other violations have been complied. Property re-inspected on April 30th, 2024 for means of egress and found to be in non-compliance. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on April 24th, 2024. Certified mail was delivered on May 5th, 2024. Posted at property and city hall on April 25th, 2024. The last re-inspection was on June 26th, 2024, and found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of property have been taken showing the violations. Personal contact with the property owner has been made. Recommendation time is July 29th, 2024, or fines of $100 per day, with an administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by July 29th, 2024.
Looks like they've made a lot of forward progress. There's a few things left, though.
Yes, yes.
All right. Yes, sir. Let me go ahead and get your name and address, and then you can.
Yes, for the Interbill investment. And just to figure out the work in the papers, the license, and get a 60 days extension.
So, the city's recommendation to me on that is, let's see, July 29th. So, yeah, so that's about, city's recommending about a month to get that taken care of. What's left to get the,
Is gonna be the use and occupancy inspection and applying for a business license and replacing the dirt and bare spots with living ground cover.
So has the application been made yet?
The application, not yet.
Okay.
No.
And then will the 23.6-1, that violation, is that going to hold up? Does that have to be complied for them to pass the other?
Yes, sir.
That's what I thought. Okay.
And just so I put this in the record, sir, I did speak to him personally like 3 days ago, because I made a phone call. Luckily, I was able to get a hold of him.
Okay.
And we worked together, and he tried to get as much complied within 1 day and a half. And basically, right now what's holding him up would be just the dirt and bare spots.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So do you understand what needs to be finished up? Sounds like you've done a lot, but there's a few more things left to do.
Yes.
All right. Do you think, it seems to me that the month or so, the end of July is a reasonable amount of time. Do you have any issues with that? Are you okay with July 29th as your compliance date?
It's 30 days.
No, that would be the date that we want to see everything
Oh, okay, yeah.
complied. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me, sir?
But still, can I get a 30-day extension?
That's what we're talking about.
Oh.
The end of July.
Yes.
July 29th.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay,
Thank you.
good. You understand?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Good. Anything else from the city?
That's it.
All right. City has proper notice, respondent is present. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find the property remains in violation of city codes 1432, 1435, and 23.6-1, but has complied with all other violations that were listed in the original notice. I'll set the compliance deadline as recommended by the city for July 29th of 2024. After that, daily fines of $100 per day are assessed until compliance is achieved. I will award the city's administrative costs of $425.29, and those will be also due on July 29th. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to go to page 9 of the agenda. Item number 36, case number 24-962. Property address is 119 South F Street. Property owner is Greg Burns, Officer Domingo.
I'm sorry, tell me what page that is again.
Yes, sir. It is page 9, item number 36.
Gotcha. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Carlos with the city of Lakewood Beach, case number, owner's name, and owner's address have already been read into the record. Case was initiated on June 12, 2024, as a field observation with one existing violation, which is 23.6-1, dirt and bare spots. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on June 14, 2024. Certified mail is in transit as of June 26, 2024. Posted at property and city hall on June 14, 2024. Photographs of property have been taken showing the violations. Personal contact with the property owner has been made. Order has been attached to a case file for repeat case number 22-1339 for violations 23.6-1, which was initiated on August 17th, 2022, and went to hearing October 17th, 2022. In order compliance by January 30th, 2023, or pay fines of $50 per day. All violations were brought into compliance by November 30th, 2022. No fines were accrued. At this time, a fine of $250 per day will be assessed from June 14, 2024 until date of full compliance. To date, the property has not been complied. Property has been running in fines for 14 days to date at $250 per day, totaling an amount of $3,500, plus an administrative fee of $425.29 to be paid by July 29th, 2024.
So, the June 26th photograph showing the we'll call that area with struggling sod. Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Go ahead and put your name and address in the record, and then we can proceed.
Greg Burns, 119 South Ave.
Thank you, Mr. Burns. I have the city's file if you'd like to take a look at it. Otherwise, if you have questions, you can ask, or the floor is yours to tell me about what's going on.
The only problem that we've had is when I purchased the property approximately 2 years ago, the title company I thought would put the proper address onto the city. I guess it's the tax assessor where you all get your information. I haven't received anything. It wasn't until the other day when I wanted to pick up rent that I received this from my tenants. Fortunately, they kept it, they gave it to me. But otherwise, for the last 2 years, the wrong address has been on both of my properties in Lake Worth. So I have not received anything from the city. Otherwise, they would have been taken care of. As Mr. Domingo said, back in 2022, I believe it was, I think, officer or code enforcement, Martinez. He came, stopped by, told me there were some things. I took care of it immediately. I would like the opportunity to take care of this, as well as get the proper addresses in. And also, I know it's kind of like poking a hornet's nest with a stick, but I had Mr. Domingo look up my other property. There's also code violations against it. But once again, I have not received any of this information. And obviously the tenants haven't been giving me anything if it's been posted. So once again, I'm asking to have about 90 days so I can get everything taken care of. I thought that one business license covered everything, but it doesn't. So I have to get another business license for the other property. I know we're here just for the 119, but I'm trying to take care of both properties as a bundle. I want to resolve everything is what I'm getting at.
Is the other property on today's agenda or no?
No, sir.
Okay.
Mr. Domingo's been working with me in the sense of he's let me know what the violations are through email and stuff. And I've also got a link from one of the ladies at the code enforcement office to update the addresses on both my properties.
Okay. All right. Anything else you'd like to tell me, sir? I understand what you're telling me.
Okay.
Anything else from the city?
No, sir.
Anything else from you? No. So, by way of housekeeping, I do find that the city has proper notice. Mr. Burns is present and you have proper notice documents in your file. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I do find the property remains in violation as cited. And based on the stipulated agreement from the 22-1339 case, it is a repeat violation. Repeat violations, I understand what you're saying, but that amplifies the way the penalty provisions are applied. According to the city, this was first noticed on June 14th is when the repeat.
Yeah.
So looks like under the stipulated agreement from 2022, the daily fines would have been $75 per day, but everything was brought into compliance in time, so there was no fines that accrued or were assessed on that case.
On the previous one,
on the
correct.
2022 case, right?
Okay.
It would have been $75 per day.
I understand.
However, if you complied everything out in time,
Yes.
there were no fines. So here's what I'm going to do with this case. I did find this to be a repeat. I'm going to assess I'm going to use the $75 on this repeat case beginning June 14th until compliance is achieved. So what's going to happen is there are going to be daily fines that accrue at $75 per day. Once you get this into compliance, the city has a mechanism where you can ask for a lien reduction.
Okay.
And my suggestion would be to get this done as quickly as you can, and then use that mechanism. If it comes before me, and I'll be happy to see what you've done and take into consideration good faith efforts and all of that at that time. I will also award the city's administrative costs of $425.29. And we'll make those due and payable, I guess immediately, as soon as you can pay those, go ahead and pay them since it's a repeat case. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to go to page 8 of the agenda, item 31, case number 24-702. Property address is 606 North C Street. Property owner is Isabella's Investor Corp. Officer Dale.
Thank you.
Officer Letisa Dale with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. The owner's name, case number, and address has been read into the record. This case was initiated as a repeat case on May 6, 2024. Today, all violations have been complied. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on May 31st, 2024. I'd like to say that the repeat case violation was for 2-75.6.2, but to date, everything has been complied. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on May 31st, 2024, and the certified mail was delivered. The property was posted at the Property and City Hall on June 5th, 2024. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. There has been personal contact with the property order. The order has been attached to the case file for repeat case number 20-0515 for violation 2-75.6.2, which was initiated on January 13th, 2020, and went to hearing on March 25th, 2021, and ordered compliance by April 23rd, 2021, with the $100 per day fine. The property was brought into compliance by April 14th, 2021, so no fines accrued. At this time, a fine of $250 per day has been assessed from May 31st, 2024 until date of full compliance, which was June 24th, 2024. The property was in non-compliance for 24 days and accrued daily fines of $6,000. I just want to say for the record, I'm not sure who this guy is, the lady that I've been speaking with,
My wife.
your wife, okay.
Okay. Okay, yes, sir. Go ahead and put your name and address into the record.
Yes, my name is Abel Fleitas, 606 North Street.
Okay, and are you one of the officers of the corp that owns the company, or?
Yes, I am the officer of the company.
Okay, thank you. All right, so I have the city's file if you'd like to look at it. If you have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, the floor is yours. You can tell me about what's.
No, the
going on.
problem was I never received the previous violation. And I couldn't comply with that because I never received it. That's my only concern. There was a violation. I agree with you. So if I got it in time, I mean, if I had it, I will fix it.
Okay. And it looks like the 2020 case was also a stipulated agreement.
That
back
is correct.
then,
Mhm.
And it came into compliance in time and no
Prior
fines were
to,
accrued.
correct.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me, sir, before I enter my order?
No, that's it.
All right. Anything else from the city?
No.
Okay, city has proper notice. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find that the property was in violation for 24 days, is now in compliance. I do find, however, that the violations were repeat. Let's see. Yeah, 2-75.6.2 was a repeat violation based on case number 20515. I'm gonna do. In that case, the daily fines would have been $100 per day. However, you complied those out without any fines being assessed. What I'm going to do in this case, I'm going to assess the daily fines at $100 per day, beginning May 31st and ending June 24th. You guys can do the arithmetic on that. I guess it would be $2,400, 24 times 100. Even I can do that math. And then I'll award, again, the city's administrative costs of $425.29, which will be due immediately. And, okay, well, you'll get a copy of that order, sir. Thank you.
Okay, next, we're going to go to page 10 of the agenda. Item number 39, case number 24-509, property address of 622 North Federal Highway. Property owner is GIR Property LLC, Officer Dorcius, and I believe we have a citizen here that wanted to speak on this case. Case number 24-509.
You.
Greetings, Code Officer Fedleen Dorcius with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Division. Owner's name, owner's address already been written to the record. Property location, 622 North Federal Highway. Case was initiated as a citizen complaint on March 28, 2024. Existing violations, 23.4-19, outdoor storage. The property was cited to remove the tables and chairs observed on the front of the property. Only patio furniture are allowed on the outdoors. 23.4-3, exterior lights. Please secure loose exterior light. 2, please replace all missing exterior light globe covers. And 3, please replace all missing exterior light bulbs everywhere needed. At this time, all other violations have been complied or resolved. Formal notice of violation was issued via certified mail on April 3rd, 2024. Certified mail was not received. Property in City Hall was posted on April 4th, 2024. The property last reinspection date was on June 24th, 2024. Photographs of property has been taken. The city had no personal contact with the owner. Recommendation time for voluntary compliance will be July 12th, 2024. Pay the fine of $75 per day, plus administration costs of $425.29 made payable by July 30th, 2024.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
You are not the respondent. Is there anybody here on behalf of the respondent for this case? All right, there is not. However, I will find proper notice with the notice documents contained in the city's file. All right, sir, if you want to put your name and address into the record, and then you can.
Hi, good morning. My name is Thomas Jones. I own the property next to this property at 626 North Federal Highway.
Thank you.
With all due respect, none of these violations have been complied. There's two open cases, I believe, that go back 2 years for the same thing. Also, now there's two buildings on this property. There's a front duplex and a rear little cottage. I've been told that it's against the law to live in a dwelling that doesn't have electric. There's somebody living in the back unit now. There's no power on in the building. The front unit has an open window, which we observe people coming in and out of. The property's vacant. I have a real concern that somebody's living there with no power. One of my other neighbors did get a hold of one of the owners, and the owner said he had no idea that somebody's living on his property. I called the sheriff's office. They came out the other day. In fact, it was a week ago today. They confronted the gentleman that's living there with no power, and he said that the owner told him he can live there because he's doing work on the property. That's not true, obviously. Also, there is a lot of vegetation that was cleaned up 2 years ago, and it's been stacked in the back alley. Now that's causing rodent issues. And so I have a real concern because I have one of my units was empty, and I have an excellent, beautiful property. I had a young single female look at it yesterday. She loved my property. She goes, I cannot live next to a slum. So I had nothing to say. I didn't know how to respond to that. Then the gentleman at 612 North Federal, which is north of this property, he has the same situation. He's got young single people living there. They're scared. The people, it's just out of control is what it is. And the owner just doesn't want to do anything. So I don't know what else we can do. I've called the sheriff. I called in another complaint and was told that nothing can be added to it. But yes, they'll whack the weeds, but in 2 weeks, the weeds are growing again and the vegetation is just getting out of control, as well as debris around the property. And so the owner obviously doesn't care. They're not here today. They basically don't care. So my concern is that we got somebody living on that property, liquor bottles thrown all over the place, and now it's affecting my livelihood to rent my property out. That's all I have to say.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that, sir. Is there anything the city wants to either respond to that or put anything else on the record? I mean, a lot of what you just talked to me about is not part of the case that's before me. So I'm not sure.
The other violations he's inquiring about from case that was initiated in 2021, which is currently running in daily fines because the owner failed their business license inspection and have not yet ever rescheduled it. So I can't recite any other violations for current violations already running in fines.
So those are accruing daily fines as we speak. Those violations have already been found and there's an order.
That is correct.
And with all due respect, I mean, this goes back 2 years, and so the violations are kind of worthless if nothing's being done. Okay.
And one of the units are actually occupied. 622 North Federal has active utilities in the tenant's name.
Well,
and if I may, I've been told, yes, it's whatever word you want to use, against the law, or you can't live there without power. Yeah, you can. He's been there a month. So.
Well, sometimes the code enforcement process just can't solve every problem.
Understood.
However, I appreciate you coming. Your concerns have been verbally put into the record. You've got senior city staff present at today's hearing who have heard what you said. But there are limits to what this process can do, as was explained. If there's already a case running, the law doesn't allow the city to start another case for the same thing. It's already running. It's already, and if you were here earlier, you
Right.
probably heard the explanations regarding things building department can do, things the foreclosure process can bring to bear. But that's a process, and those are not things that I have control over.
Right. And, with somebody coming in and out of the window of a vacant unit, and somebody living there without power, I'm here because they always say, if you see something, say something. I'm saying something.
Understood. And
So,
I
yeah.
appreciate you being here. Miss Bryant is here.
Yolanda Bryan, City of Lake Worth Beach. I just wrote down, if we do not have a board and secure case initiated already, the officer will be initiating a board and secure case on the property. If there's overgrowth, we can also do a lot clearing case on the property. So I'm gonna have it go back out, take a look and see what other cases we need to initiate if they have not been done so already.
Thank you. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you, Ms. Bryant. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for your time.
So in this case, I will, based on the testimony and the evidence, find the property remains in violation of city codes 23.4-19 and 23.4-3. I will find the property has complied with 12-18 and 2-75.6.2. I will require compliance no later than July 12th. After that, I will assess daily fines of $75 per day until compliance is achieved, and award the city's administrative costs of $425.29 due no later than July 12th. And it sort of sounds like the city will be back out to put another eye on this and see what other things need to be brought. Yep, understood. Thank you. Thank you very much. There you go.
Okay, we're going to go to page 13 of the agenda, item 55, case number 24-375, property address of 1526 South End Street. Property owner is Bernardo V. Gordillo, Officer Turek.
Thank you. Good morning.
Sue Turek, City of Lake Worth Beach Code Officer. The name and address has already been read into the record. The property location 1526 South End. The case was initiated on 3/4/24. The violations are as follows. Storage and accumulation 12-17. Please store trash cans out of public view on non-pickup dates. Only place trash at street level the day before pickup. Building permit 23-21. Apply and obtain pickup permit for Tiki/Cheeky Hut. Outdoor storage 23-4-19. Please remove indoor furniture from exterior property. Parking prohibited 23-4.10. No parking allowed on grass. Please refrain from parking in the front and backyard. Abandoned property 1539. Remove or register all inoperable vehicles on property or make operable. Areas free of trash and debris 12-18. Remove any and all trash and debris from property. All other violations have been complied. The courtesy notice was issued 4/15/24. The formal notice of violation was issued on 4/17/24. Certified mail was received on 4/23/24, and the property was posted on 4/23/24. Property was re-inspected on 6/17 and 6/26/2024. Photographs have been taken. I have had contact with the owner, and the recommendation of time and fine would be July 30th, 2024, or a fine of $50 per day, with the administration costs of $425.29 to be paid by July 30th, 2024.
So the refrigerator issue is complied, everything else is still outstanding.
Correct.
All right, yes, sir. If you can put your name and address into the record, then we can, I can hear from you.
Hello, Bernardo Velasquez, 1526.
Thank you,
So-
sir. I have the city's file if you'd like to review it. If not, if you have any questions, you can ask them, or the floor is yours to tell me about what's going on with the case.
No, I'm okay. Since 26. Yesterday, everything has been cleared from the front. All the cars are operable. And nothing is on the grass. And I obtained the permit for the tiki.
So operable also means they have to have current license plates and registrations.
They have license.
Okay, just wanted to make sure you understood that. Did have a question about is this truly a Miccosukee or Seminole
That's
Tiki
what-
Hut?
That's what he's telling me. So said he has applied for the permit. I have a document in the file. It was applied for on the 24th, I believe. So it's just at the beginning stages of going through the process.
Well,
And the
that's why I
photo-
asked if it's one of those. I thought they were.
They
exempt
need a
from-
permit for location.
Okay, so that's more of a zoning.
Yes.
issue. Yes, that is correct. Okay, so
And there's also photographs from yesterday in there of all of the violations.
okay.
So I don't know when he cleared them.
Yesterday morning, 10 p.m., 10 a.m.
And that's great. Now the city will still need to come out and inspect that and in order to clear those out. So that being the case, it seems to me that July 30th compliance date should be sufficient even for the permit issue because you said that's already in process, right?
He just turned it in, yes. So it may take
Yeah, 1 day.
a month.
Should we
6 weeks.
roll that out a little bit just to be sure? I mean, I don't
July
wanna-
30th.
If it's not possible to get that permit done by July 30th.
Yeah, you might want to give him a little more time. If that's.
Or no, you said
okay.
July 30th.
Yeah, July.
This is June, so that's a month. That's still a whole month.
Yeah, that's a month.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm living in the future. Okay. So the city's recommending about a month to get this wrapped up. It sounds like most of it's done.
Yeah.
The permit issue will a month, I would think should be, given the circumstances, should be enough time for that review. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me, sir, before I enter my order?
No, that's it.
Okay. All right, we have, let's see, the city has proper notice in this case. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I do find property remains in violation as cited, with the exception of City Code 15-2, which previously complied. I'm gonna set the compliance deadline for all the outstanding matters as July 30th. After July 30th, if compliance has not been achieved, daily fines of $50 per day are assessed until compliance is achieved, and then I'll award the city's administrative costs of $425.29, which will also be due no later than the July 30th compliance deadline.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go to page 4 of the agenda, item 14, case number 23-1606. This is a public request for an extension of time for compliance at 1113 15th Avenue South. Property owner is Jose Bobrek. Officer Jones.
Yeah. Morning. Go ahead.
Good morning, Code Officer Jones with the City of Lake River Beach. Property owner's name and address already have been read into the record. The request is, this is the second request for extension of time. Case number 23-1606 was initiated on August 15, 2023. Notice of violation was issued on 11/6/2023. Violation hearing date was on January 25th, 2024. Compliance date was February 26th. Well, first compliance date was January 26th, February 26th, sorry, 2024. First application for extension of time was submitted and approved on March 28th, 2024. Compliance date for first extension was for May 31st, 2024. This is the owner's second application for extension of time. Existing violation is 12-32 business license, 14-35 use and occupancy inspection.
What's the city's position on the request? You in agreement or no?
City does not agree with the extension of time at this time.
All right. Yes, ma'am. Let me get your name and address, then you can tell me more about the request.
Sharon Restrepo, 1113 57th South. I'm Jose's property manager.
Okay.
So when they went to do the business rental renewal license, we had some violations, including 2 windows. So we fixed everything else right away. We were compliant in time. Our problem has been finding a contractor to replace 2 windows.
Okay.
And everybody's months out, so we weren't choosing them because they were months out. We probably should have, looking back. And when we finally did find a contractor, we're spending, $4,000 plus to get 2 windows replaced already. And they're 6 weeks out, and they've just applied for the permit. But when I called over there this morning, he has to bring some things in person. And so we've just been at the mercy of these contractors saying they would show up and they didn't or whatever. But so I'm just asking, for reconsideration on the extension of time, because I realistically, if the windows aren't in for another 6 weeks, I need 60 days.
Okay, so you have contractor, you have a permit
Already
that's been
class.
applied for. They need some additional information based on what you've been told by this contractor. You think they should have it done in another 60 days. Okay. Got it. Anything else from the city?
No.
All right. Anything else, ma'am, that you'd like to tell me?
Thanks.
Okay. Feeling generous today. I'm gonna grant this 60-day extension. But let's get it done.
Thank you so
All right,
much.
you're welcome.
Thanks for this.
That's gonna be August 27th, we'll say. 27.
Yes.
24.
Thanks.
Okay, we are going to go to page 8 of the agenda, item 32, case number 24-907. Property address is 1107 Fifth Ave North. Property owners are Choo Choo Chai LLC, LS2FL LLC, MS2FL LLC, MDRFL LLC, and Endless Summers Realty LLC. Officer Dale, and I believe we have citizens here that would like to speak on this case.
Love the LLC name.
Officer Leticia Dale with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. The owner's name, address, and case number has been read into the record. This case was initiated as a repeat case on June 5th, 2024. It came in as a complaint. The existing violations are 12-18, garbage, trash, and debris throughout the entire property to include the front, rear, and the roof. 14-32, no active business license for the residential rental, which is an upper unit for the owners Choo Choo Chai LLC and LS2FL LLC and MS2FL LLC and MDRFL LLC and Endless Summers Realty LLC. 14-35, no use and occupancy inspection for residential rental for the owners Choo Choo Chai LLC and LS2FL LLC and MS2FL LLC and MDRFL LLC and Endless Summers Realty LLC. 23.4-19, outdoor storage throughout the entire property. Remove all outdoor storage to include all vehicles that are left on the property overnight, as you are now working outside of the scope of your business license. The owners were only approved for a minor business license, and the zone does not allow vehicles to be left on the property overnight. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on June 11, 2024, and the certified mail was delivered on June 14, 2024. The property was posted at the Property and City Hall on June 12, 2024. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. There has been no personal contact with the property owner. The order has been attached to the case file for repeat case number 22-1506 for violations 12-18, 14-32, 14-35, 23.4-19, which was initiated on August 31st, 2022, and went to hearing February 23rd, 2023, and ordered compliance by March 24th, 2023, with a $200 per day fine. The property was in non-compliance for 259 days, accruing $50,800 in daily fines. To date, it is still running in fines. At this time, a fine of $250 per day will be assessed from June 11th, 2024 until date of full compliance. As stated, to date, the property is still in non-compliance and running in fine for 16 days to date at $250 per day, totaling $4,000 and running.
So, 22-1506 is still brewing?
Yes, it is.
How are we bringing a new case? If if those violations are still accruing, running a daily fine, I'm not. Well, sir, I'll be with you in a minute.
Those,
It's because they complied.
Then how's it still accruing daily fines?
Yes, it shouldn't be.
no, I'm sorry, that the old case isn't accruing daily fees, the new cases, I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
God, I'm scared.
No, I'm sorry about that.
What, pick one, can't be both.
No, I'm sorry about that.
Okay, so 22-1506, when did that come into compliance?
22-1506 came into compliance for everything.
There was multiple dates that some of the violations came in compliance. The final date for 23-4-19 was 12-4 of 2023.
Okay.
Okay.
And the business license was 11-9 of 2023.
So everything came into compliance in the calendar year 2023 under the 1506 case number.
Yes.
Okay, and then this case you said was started
The new one,
in June.
June 5th.
Okay. I'm with you.
And at the podium right now is the owner. He
Right.
just signed in, so he needs to be sworn.
Okay, and how much, I know you put it in the record, but I don't
It's
remember.
okay.
How much did the original case accrue in daily fines?
The original
Before it
case, the old
complied.
case,
Yeah,
$50,800.
is that lien still out there or did that get paid?
It's still out there.
Okay. All right, thank you, folks. We're not here when I swore in everybody at the beginning of the hearing. Is that correct? So let me go ahead and place you under oath. Do you swear or affirm under penalties of perjury your testimony today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Now, the floor is yours. You can tell me your name and address, and then if you have any questions, you can ask. If you want to look at the city's file, you can review that. Otherwise, the floor is yours.
Really quick before we start, I just wanted to point out that the fee from the old case was $200 per day.
Thank you. Okay. All right, go ahead, sir.
My name is Dror Gerges.
Yes, sir.
Yes, and I heard what you said, and the only thing I have to say here right now is to get a little bit of time to comply with all this, and will be complied very, very fast. If you see, the notice was not too long ago, but as you see, we complied before, we'll comply again. Even if we have to evict the tenant, even if we have this property needs to be vacant, it's absolutely not even an issue. I understand. So.
Okay.
That's what I have to say for now.
All right, thank you very much. In the city, you had some neighboring property owners that wanted to?
Yes, they're behind them.
Okay, come on up, folks.
That's good.
Yeah, they can come.
Hello, I'm Brandy Hemingway. I live at 504 North F Street.
Yes, ma'am.
So in the code section 21-33.3, it says parking in all residential land use districts. All vehicles permitted to be parked on any residential premises as provided in the section must be primarily operated by a resident of the premises or a guest or business invitee of said resident. And we're in a residential zone, and right behind us is their artisanal industrial zone.
Okay.
They're parking, they're auto repair. They're parking all of their customer cars and employee cars up, all up Fifth Street and all up, our F Street there. And when we ask them to move the cars, they say that they don't need to.
Okay.
In fact, just a couple days ago, they were working on a car in front of our house. That had been there for a week and a half. They currently this morning still have cars parked in front, on F Street in front of our house. And this is causing an issue with our neighbors because since we can't park in front of our house, we get shifted down. And then they come to us and say, why are you parked in front? We have some neighbors that are handicapped and it's hard for them to get to their door. So they would like to park in front of their house. But since these cars are taking up all these spots, we have to move in front of them. It's not allowing us to respect our neighbors and it's having negative impacts on the neighborhood.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Hello, my name's John Hemingway. I'm Randy Hemingway's husband. I live in the same home. I just wanted to do a little input here. I've never seen this gentleman before, so I'm sure there's some sort of disconnect between the owner and the people who operate the business.
Property manager, I own this property since 2015. And I'm aware of all this, and I'm inviting you, if you ever try to reach out, we'll tow any cars not supposed to be.
I appreciate that, sir. We'll exchange contact information.
Definitely, I'm aware, and I agree with you. It's not, we don't like a situation when they're bothering other people.
Right. I just kind of wanted to highlight, I'll be quick. I wanted to highlight just, it just seems like these laws are put in place so that auto repair shops in particular are not to exceed their take-in. So they can't, work on 30 cars while they have 2 bays. And it seems like that is exactly what's happening here. Vehicles that have full frontal impact are being left up and down the street. The Fifth Avenue right there is very slim road. So the cars I've seen in the past year, full frontal impact vehicles just left there for months at a time, which causes traffic. We have kids running around the neighborhood and it's just very cumbersome. There's vehicles literally left all up and down F, all up and down Fifth. And if you can imagine, it's very difficult to say this car belongs to them, this car belongs to them. But we see employees leave them there, walk back, and then, we've got the police out, and when the police approach them, they deny it being their vehicle, and it's just very hard to put a finger on everything. So, we're at our wit's end. We really don't know what to do. We've made the proper complaints, I believe. So I guess I was just inquiring as to how would we proceed? It's come to their attention that the worst that happens to them is that the police come, they're told to move their car, they move it, and then that's it. And then we come home the next day, car's there again. And then, it affects our daily living. And I'd just like to know kind of like what should we do if these offenses continue to repeat? And again, it's very hard to place your finger on who's who and who's, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, keep reaching out and again, get senior city staff who's here and they've heard what's going on. I don't know how long you've been here this morning. You've seen there's certain things I can do, but the code enforcement mechanism does not cure everything that ails everybody. And you know, there are limits to what the law places in my authority. And what the city can do through the code enforcement process, but your comments have been placed in the record and have been heard. So, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Sir, and I heard you indicating that you are willing to, you know, resolve that, and I appreciate that.
Of course. Another thing, if I may, you're saying that it's already occurring fines,
This new case,
but we didn't have a chance to comply at the date at the time.
it's a
the
repeat,
hearing,
it's a
and you know we're
repeat
gonna
case.
comply.
So it's a repeat case. The time that you finish complying the violations is up to you.
Well, I've been working with the city code enforcement for about 15 years. There's a lot of properties that have repeat because they might be something that's not up to me or not up to you or not up to the tenant or not up to the owner or not up to the weather. So it's not fair that you immediately putting a $250 a day fine on the situation. We complied before, we'll comply again. Yes, there's always an issue. We have other properties in the city and there's issues, we always fix them. Even if the property needs to be vacant. But the maximum on the situation without even give us an opportunity, to even
That's
even
not
30
even,
days.
let me just say, that's not even close to the maximum. I could impose daily fines of $500 a day.
Okay, so I take it
beginning
back, it's not a maximum.
beginning on June 5th.
Yeah, not even 30
Okay.
days,
So,
but and now I'm asking for, 60 days or something, or at least to, minus the holidays, whatever that's coming.
So the first case you're talking about, it took you 259 days to bring that property into compliance. So
The first, you mean the
Mhm.
previous, before that was
the
compliant?
22-1506
Yeah.
case.
Yes, it's true. Yes.
Yeah,
It's
so
before, and then we have, other properties that was compliant many times before, and now they're beautiful and nothing happened. Yeah, and some of them, yes, repeat, it happens again. But at least you said, okay, if you don't comply in 30 days, we start.
but that isn't how a repeat
I
case
understand your
works.
position, sir, but
Mhm.
I'm gonna, that's not the law on repeat violation cases. That's not how Florida law structures this for repeat cases. For repeat cases, the fines start accruing when the city sees the repeat violation. You don't get a chance to cure a repeat violation before the fines start running. That's how Florida law sets it up. That's and that's what's going to happen. And the fact of the matter is, in the previous case, you were assessed daily fines of $200 per day. And as the city indicated, it took you a significant amount of time to cure that violation, and there's a lien on the property as a result.
Correct. There's no complaint
So,
about that.
the quicker you get this fixed, the quicker the fine's gonna stop running. So and I hope you are true to your word with what you told the folks who came in, the neighbors in the residential zone. Is there anything else the city wants to put on the record in this case?
Yes, I just want to say that the vehicles that the residents were complaining about are parked on public right of way, so code can't really do anything about that, but they were cited because the cars are there because they're working outside of the scope of their business license.
Thank you.
Correct, it's kind of hard to spot, correct? It's kind of
Yeah,
hard.
I'll give you the final say. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, that doesn't matter. I'm just, pointing at what you said.
Yeah.
It's hard to go and say, this car is this car is not, this car is this. And if it's for sure doesn't belong there, we can tow it. But sometimes it's hard to know which one.
Understood. All right. So for this case, the city has proper notice, based on the testimony and the evidence. I do find that the property remains in violation as cited. I find that those violations are repeat violations. Based on the order from case number 22-1506, which also found those code sections to be in violation. I will accept the city's recommendation in this case, and we will assess daily fines of $250 per day beginning June 11th. And accruing until the date of full compliance. I will also award the city's administrative costs of $425.29. And those are due immediately. And I'll sign that order. You'll get a copy of it. As I said, quicker you get it in compliance, the quicker the fines will stop accruing. Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, so that, oh, you are here. Almost skipped over. We have one more. Okay, we're going to go to page 12 of the agenda, item 53, case number 23-2206. Property address of 1428 South D Street. Property owner is FYR SFR Bar LLC, Officer Tuick. And I'm not sure if you ever got us the.
Yes, we just
it?
got it.
Okay. Designated agent form.
He emailed it to me this morning. If you would
Perfect.
like to see it, we can have the code manager pull it up. Do you need to see it? The designation.
I'll take your word.
Okay, good.
No reason to believe you're not.
Okay. Sue Ella Turek, previously sworn, address has been read into the record. This was a field observation. Case was initiated on 4/5/24 by a previous zone officer. The violations are as follows. City of Lake Worth business license, 1432. Use and occupancy inspection, 1435. The inspection was disapproved on 1/30/24. It was also disapproved on 2/16/24. The violations observed on the property were moved forward with the window permit and repair damaged fascia and soffit on building. Remove black, 2-7562, remove black nursery pots, repair damaged fascia and soffit. Building permit 23-2-21, apply and obtain and pick up permit for windows. And all other violations have been complied.
That's 23/4/10A3, the parking that complied.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Courtesy notice was issued on 4/8/24. Formal notice was issued on 5/13/24. Certified mail was received on April 12/24. And the property was posted on 4/10/24. Property was re-inspected on 6/11 and again on 6/26/24. Photographs have been taken. I've had no previous contact with the respondent, and the recommendation of time and fine would be July 29th/24, or a fine of $75 per day and the administrative costs of $425.29 to be paid by July 29th, 2024.
All right, thank you. Do I need to swear you in, sir? Were you here this morning when I swore everybody in?
No.
Put you under oath. Do you swear or affirm under penalties of perjury your testimony will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead and put your name and address in the record. And I understand there's a agency authorization on file, so go ahead.
Nasir Mini Gratz. And for 1428 SD Street.
Yes, sir.
So I know that we have the window permitting with our vendor is currently pending, so it hasn't been completed yet, but we have the work being done. And then our other we have.
Does that mean they're working on submitting the application?
The permit. But with GQM, we've been using them. We're trying our best to find a new company. We have maybe about 5 or 6 properties where we're just pending that permit. So I know it's been tough with them. And then our other work order for the sodding in the backyard, that our bid was just rejected actually. So I have to get with our service manager to see if we can try to get another bid.
Okay.
But those would be the last 2 big ones, right?
The soffit and the fascia was also damaged. Is that what you just said?
The soffit and the fascia work order should have been complete. Did you?
I haven't done it. Pardon me, I wasn't on the property. I was at the right of ways taking photographs, so I couldn't see the section
Okay.
that is damaged soffit fascia. from
Yeah, I
the
know
road.
that we have to have all of the violations before we schedule the inspection. So
Right.
That's
I
been
believe
done.
I believe that part has been done already.
Okay.
But we're just pending the window permit and then also the sodding is rejected, so.
Okay.
All right, so, do you think another month we'll get you there?
If we can, we're looking to get hopefully 45 to 60 days, just because we have had this with GQM, it's tough getting the permits, and they have about 6 of our properties, and I know with Lake Worth, they may have like a lot of our properties, so.
City have any objection to a 60-day compliance?
I have no objection.
So that would be the end of August.
That should be good, that should be good.
All right, I'm happy to do that.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell me, sir?
No, that should be all, because those are the last ones, and then I know we have some other properties, so basically we have to try and get all of our properties within the city in compliance before we can.
Okay. Anything else from the city?
No, sir.
All right, then, city has proper notice. Based on the evidence and the testimony, I will find the property remains in violation as cited, except for city code 23-4.10 has complied. For the remaining violations, I will set, what do we say, August 29th?
27.
August 27th
27th.
as the compliance, date. After that, daily fines of $75 per day are assessed until compliance is achieved. And the city's administrative costs of $425.29 are awarded and will be due no later than the August 29th date. All right,
Okay,
thank you,
thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
Yolanda, did you want me to, before we take a break, did you want me to have him go ahead and?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna call another case. We're gonna go to, actually, we're staying on page 12 of the agenda, item 52, case number 24-750. Property address is 1160 Sepia Lane. Property owner is Tresnick Brothers Investments LLC, Officer Reese.
Officer Reese for the city of Lake Worth Beach. Case number, owner's name, owner's address have been read into the record. Case was initiated on May 13th, 2024. It was a field observation. The existing violations that are still not complied with is 1432. Please obtain a city of Lake Worth Beach business license for the owner of Trusnick Brothers Investments LLC. 1435, please schedule and pass a use and occupancy inspection, owner Trusnick Brothers Investment LLC. All other violations have been complied. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on May 14th, 2024. The certified mail was received on May 22nd, 2024. And posted at the property and at City Hall, May 15th, 2024. Last reinspection was on June 26th, 2024, and photographs have been taken showing the violations. There was no personal contact with the property owner. The recommendation time would be July 29th, 2024, at a fine of $75 per day and administrative costs of $425.29 to be paid by July 29th, 2024.
All right, is there anybody here on behalf of the respondent? Does not appear so. However, the city has proper notice with the notice documents contained in the file. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find that the property remains in violation of city codes 1432 and 1435. I'll find compliance with the other code sections cited in the notice. Set July 29th, 2022 is the deadline for the outstanding violations. Assess daily fines of $75 per day thereafter until compliance is achieved, and award the city's administrative costs of $425.29, which will be due no later than July 29th.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so would you like to take a break or do you want to move on?
I'm good to go, but if you'd
Okay.
like to take a break,
No, let's,
I have the sense that we don't have a lot left to you.
no, we do not.
So why don't we muscle through?
Okay.
Wrap this thing up. All
All right, then we are going to go to Page 9 of the agenda, item number 35, case number 24-766. Property address of 427 South Dixie Highway. Property owner is 427 and 429 South Dixie Highway LLC. Officer Domingo.
Carlos with the city of Lake Worth Beach. Case number, owner's name, and owner's address have already been read into the record. Case was initiated as a field observation on May 10th, 2024, with one existing violation, which is 2-75.11 vacant property. Please register property as vacant. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on May 13th, 2024. Certified mail was delivered on May 16th, 2024. Posted at property and city hall on May 15th, 2024. Last reinspection was on June 26th, 2024, and found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of property have been taken showing the violations. Personal contact with the property owner has been made. Recommendation time is July 29th, 2024, or $100 per day fines with an administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by July 29th, 2024.
Okay, respondent is not present, but the city has proper notice. Based on the testimony and the evidence, find the property remains in violation as cited, set July 29th, 2024 as the compliance deadline, assess daily fines of $100 per day until compliance is achieved after that, and award $425.29 in administrative costs due no later than July 29th.
Okay, we're staying on that page and we're going to item 38, case number 24-381, property address of 119 South Ocean Breeze. Property owner is 119 Ocean Breeze 1124 LLC. Officer Dorcius.
Thank you.
Case number, owner's name, owner's address have been read into the record. Property location, 119 South Ocean Breeze. Property, let me start over. Code Officer Fedleen Dorcius with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Division. Case number, owner's name, owner's address have been read into the record. Property location, 119 South Ocean Breeze. The case was initiated from a Palm Beach Fire Department complaint on March 5th, 2024. Existing violations, 14-32. The owner was sought to obtain an active business license for 119 Ocean Breeze with 1124 LLC. No license application has been submitted at this time. 14-35, use and occupancy inspection. 23.4-4, fences, walls, and gates. The owner was sought to repair all damaged wooden panels. If more than 16 feet of that fence was to be replaced, the owner would have to pull a permit by contacting the building department. All of the violations have been resolved at this time. Formal notice of violation was issued via certified mail on March 7, 2024. Certified mail was not received. The property in City Hall was posted on March 11, 2024. The property last reinspection date was on June 21st, 2024. Photographs of the property has been taken showing the violations. The city had no personal contact with the owner. Recommendation time for voluntary compliance would be July 30th, 2024. Or pay the fine of $75 per day, plus administration costs of $425.29 made payable by July 30th, 2024.
Thank you. The respondent is not present, but the city has proper notice. Based on the testimony and the evidence, property remains in violation as cited, with the exception of compliance with City Code 2-75.6.6. July 30th is the compliance deadline for the outstanding violations. Daily fines of $75 per day will be assessed after that until compliance is achieved. $425.29 in administrative costs are awarded and due no later than July 30th.
Okay, we're going to go to page 10, item 40, case number 24-657, property address of 202 Lake Avenue. Property owner is JP Morgan Chase Bank and Officer Dorcius.
Greetings, Code Officer Fedleen Dorcius with the City of Lake Worth Beach. Owner's name, owner's address, in case numbers already been read to the record. Property location, 202 Lake Ave. Case was initiated as an internal license complaint on May 1st, 2024. Existing violations, 14-32, business license. License number 20-9489 became inactive on January 13th, 2022. No new license application has been submitted at this time. 14-35, use and occupancy inspection. The owner's last approved inspection was on May 7th, 2020. 2020, and just like the business license, that also has now been inactive as in January 13th, 2022. Former notice of violation has been issued via certified mail on May 8th, 2024. Certified mail was received on May 11th, 2024. The property in City Hall was posted on May 9th, 2024. The property last reinspection date was on June 20th, 2024. Photographs of the property has been taken showing the violations. The city had no personal contact with the owner. Recommendation time for voluntary compliance would be July 3rd, 2024, or pay the fine of $100 per day, plus administration cost of $425.29 made payable by July 30th, 2024.
Right, thank you. Respondent is not present, but the city has proper notice. Based on the testimony and the evidence, property remains in violation as cited. July 30th, 2024 is compliance deadline. $75 per day daily fines will accrue after that until compliance is achieved. $425.29 administrative costs are awarded and due no later than July 3rd.
Special magistrate, 100. It's a commercial property. 75 is for residential. That was a typo on my part.
No problem. $100 per day. Agreed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we are going to go to page 3 of the agenda. Item number 11, case number 20-1962. This is a public request for a lien reduction at 1517 14th Avenue South. Property owner is U.S. Bank Trust, N.A., trustee for the LSF9 Master Participation Trust. Officer Turek.
Sue Ella Turek, previously sworn. The persons executing the stipulated agreement have the authority to enter into this agreement and bind their respective parties to the term contained herein. There is a code enforcement lien on the property located at 1517 14th Avenue South, Lake Worth Beach, Florida. The property is otherwise free of all outstanding debts due to the city. Owner has otherwise met all requirements of sections 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the City Code of Ordinance relating to the reduction of the code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property totals $77,000, and the owner agrees to pay $7,700 to settle and release the lien. The city will recommend to the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $7,700, and the owner agrees to make payment by 7/29/24. If the special magistrate does not agree with the amount, the stipulated agreement, the case will be reset to a new hearing date. If the city does not receive payment as set forth above, the stipulated agreement shall be null and void, and no further action taken by the city. The existing lien amount of $77,000 shall be reinstated.
I have the stipulated agreement in the file. I reviewed it in proper form and approved.
Thank you.
Okay, we're staying on that page, but we're going up to item number 10, case number 22-1895. It's a public request for a lien reduction at 910 South H Street. Property owner is Amber Lee Gibson. Officer Jones.
Good morning, Carlos Officer Charles Jones with the City of Lake Worth Beach. The City of Lake Worth Beach, Florida has agreed to a stipulated agreement for a lien reduction with the property owner, Amber Lee L. Gibson, owner or agent for the owner of the property described below. The persons executing this stipulated agreement have the authority to enter this agreement and bind. There is a code enforcement lien on the property located at 910 South H Street, Lake Worth Beach. Owner has otherwise met all of the requirements of sections 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the city's Code of Ordinance relating to the reduction of code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property totals $3,500, and owner agrees to pay $350 to settle and release the lien. The city will recommend to the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $350, and owner agrees to make payment by July 29th, 2024. If the city does not receive payment as set forth above, this stipulated agreement shall be null and void with no further actions to be taken by the city, and the existing lien amount of $3,500 shall be reinstated.
I do have the stipulated agreement for lien reduction in the file. I've reviewed it. It is in proper form and approved.
Okay, we're going to go to page 11 of the agenda. Item number 45, case number 24-596, property address of 821 South Dixie Highway. Property owner is Buyer's Choice Auto Sales, Officer Jones.
Good morning, Code Officer Travis Jones with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Division. Case number, owner's name, owner's address has already been read onto the record. Property location 821 South Dixie. Case was initiated on April 18, 2024 by a citizen's complaint. Assistant violations, 2-75.6.2 general requirements, remove makeshift paint booth. Please contact the building division at 561-586-1647 and move forward with permit application number 22-1668. 23.4-4 C and D, fence, walls, and hedges. Please repair or remove damaged chain link fence. If you would like to install a new approved fence, please contact the building division at 561-586-1647 for additional information and approved fence material. 23.5-1 B, signs permits. Please apply for and obtain a permit for the window signs and commercial signs by following instructions seen below. Permit applications may be submitted to the building division at 1900 2nd Ave North, Lake Worth Beach, Florida, 33461. Telephone number 561-586-1647. All other violations has been complied at this time. Courtesy notice for violation on April 24, 2024 was given to tenant. Reinspection on May 31st, 2024 for notice of violation found to be in non-compliance. Former notice of violation of hearing was issued via certified mail, April 29, 2024. Certified mail received on May 3rd, 2024. Posted at Property Inn at City Hall on May 1st, 2024. Last reinspection was on May 24th, 2024, found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of property have been taken showing the violations. There was personal contact with property owner, verbal contact. Recommendation time is July 29th, 2024, or pay fines of $100 per day, plus an administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by July 29th, 2024.
All right, respondent is not present. City has proper notice. Based on the testimony and the evidence, property remains in violation as cited with the exception of compliance with City Code 2-7562B4. July 29th is the compliance deadline for the outstanding violations. Daily fines of $100 per day are assessed after that until compliance is achieved. $425.29 in administrative costs are awarded and due no later than July 29th.
Okay, we're going to go to page 14 of the agenda, item number 58, case number 24-129, property address of 321 North E Street. Property owner is King David Real Estate Investment Holdings, LLC, Officer Tyler.
Officer Tyler, City of Lake Worth Beach, owner's name and address have already been read on the record. This was a failed inspection that was initiated on January 18th, 2024. Existing violations, 1218, remove all trash and debris. 1432, apply for and obtain City of Lake Worth Beach business license. 1435, schedule and pass use and occupancy inspection. 2-75.6.2, remove dirt buildup from walkway, outdoor storage and rear needs to be neatly stored and secure. 23.6-1, plants and nursery pots need to be planted in ground or in ceramic or clay pots. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail March 6, 2024. Certified mail was not delivered. Property in City Hall was posted March 6, 2024. Property was last re-inspected on June 25th and found not to be in compliance. Photographs have been taken of the property. Personal contact was made with the property owner. The city is recommending that the owner be given until August 12th, 2024 for compliance or pay the fee of $75 per day. The city is also asking the administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by August 12th, 2024.
A respondent is not present, but the city has proper notice. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I find the property remains in violation as cited. Set August 12th, 2024 is the compliance deadline. After that, daily fines of $75 per day are assessed until compliance is achieved. $425.29 in administrative costs are awarded and due no later than August 12th.
Okay, next is item 59, case number 24-154, property address of 519 North D Street. Property owner is Lazo Venture LLC. Officer Tyler.
Okay. Owner's name and address have already been read on the record. This was a field observation that was initiated January 23rd, 2024. Existing violations: 1218, remove all trash and debris from the property. 1432, apply for and obtain City of Lake Worth Beach business license. 1435, schedule and pass use and occupancy inspection. 23.4-4, repair or replace damaged wood fence. If more than 16 feet is replaced, a permit will be required. All other violations have been complied or resolved. Issued courtesy notice of violation, door hanger 14083 on January 23rd, 2024, and re-inspected on February 28th, 2024. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail March 5th, 2024. Certified mail was delivered to front desk March 8th, 2024. Posted at property in City Hall March 6th, 2024. Property was last re-inspected on June 20th, 2024 and found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. Personal contact was made with the property owner. The city is recommending that the owner be given until August 12th, 2024 for compliance or pay the fines of $75 per day. The city is also asking that the administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by August 12th, 2024.
A respondent is not present, but the city has proper notice. Based on the testimony and the evidence, property remains in violation of city codes 1218, 1432, 1435, and 23.4-4 parens C and parens D. All other code sections have complied. Compliance deadline for outstanding violations is August 12th, 2024. Daily fines of $75 per day are assessed after that until compliance is achieved. $425.29 in administrative costs are awarded and due no later than August 12th.
Okay, next is item 60, case number 24-295, property address of 120 North D Street. Property owner is Bath Assets LLC. Officer Tyler.
Owner's name and address have already been read on the record. This is a citizen complaint that was initiated February 12th, 2024. Existing violations: 1218, remove all trash and debris from the property. 15-43, remove graffiti from the fence. All of the violations have been complied. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail April 30th, 2024. Certified mail was delivered to P.O. Box on May 4th, 2024. Posted at property in City Hall April 30th, 2024. Property was last re-inspected on June 25th, 2024 and found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. Personal contact was not made with the property owner. The city is recommending that the owner be given until August 12th for compliance or pay the fines of $75 per day. The city is also asking that the administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by August 12th, 2024.
Respondent is not present, but the city has proper notice. Based on the testimony and the evidence, property remains in violation of city codes 1218 and 1543, but has complied with 2-75.9. Compliance deadline is set as August 12th, 2024. After that, daily fines of $75 per day are assessed until compliance is achieved. $425.29 in administrative costs are awarded and due no later than August 12th.
Okay, we're going to go to page 1 of the agenda. Item number 1, case number 14-1694. It's a public request for a lien reduction at 1126 North D Street. Property owner is Jorlyn Ritchie, Officer Dale.
Let me get the agenda item number.
Yes, item number 1.
Thanks, right at the top.
Correct, 2014.
Thank you.
Officer Letisa Dell with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. The City of Lake Worth Beach has entered into a stipulated agreement for lien reduction with the property owner or agent Paige Kavari. The persons executing a stipulated agreement have the authority to enter into this agreement and bind. There's a code enforcement lien on the property located at 1126 North D Street in Lake Worth Beach. Owner has otherwise met all the requirements of sections 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the city's code of ordinances relating to the reduction of code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property totals $47,200, and the owner agrees to pay $4,720 to settle and release the lien. The owner did submit receipts towards the reduction. The city will recommend to the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $4,720, and the owner agrees to make payment by December 27, 2024. If the city does not receive payment as set forth above, the stipulated agreement shall be null and void with no further action to be taken by the city, and the existing lien amount of $47,200 shall be reinstated.
All right, I have the stipulated agreement for lien reduction. It is in proper form and approved.
Okay, we're going to flip over to page 2, item number 6, case number 23-1443, public request for a lien reduction at 1126 North D Street. Property owner is Jorlyn Ritchie, Officer Dale.
Officer Letisa Dell with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. The City of Lake Worth Beach has entered into a stipulated agreement for lien reduction with the property agent Paige Kavari. The persons executing the stipulated agreement have the authority to enter into this agreement and bind. There's a code enforcement lien on the property located at 1126 North D Street in Lake Worth Beach. Owner has otherwise met all of the requirements of sections 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the city's code of ordinances relating to the reduction of the code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property totals $16,900, and the owner agrees to pay $865 to settle and release the lien, in which the owner has submitted receipts. The city will recommend to the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $865, and the owner agrees to make payment by December 27, 2024. If the city does not receive payment as set forth above, the stipulated agreement shall be null and void with no further action to be taken by the city, and the existing lien amount of $16,900 shall be reinstated.
I do have the stipulated agreement for lien reduction in the file. It is in proper form and approved.
Okay, we're going back to page 1. Item number 2, case number 19-4139, public request for a lien reduction at 328 North E Street. Property owner
Got
of
it.
U.S. Bank Trust N.A., Officer Dale.
Officer Letisa Dell with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. The City of Lake Worth Beach has entered into a stipulated agreement for lien reduction with property owners U.S. Bank Trust N.A., TR. The persons executing a stipulated agreement have the authority to enter into this agreement and bind. There's a code enforcement lien at the property located at 328 North East Street in Lake Worth Beach. Owner has otherwise met all of the requirements of sections 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the city's code of ordinances relating to the reduction of code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property totals $102,400, and the owner agrees to pay $10,240 to release the lien and settle. The city will recommend to the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $10,240, and the owner agrees to make payment by September 25th, 2024. If the city does not receive payment as set forth above, the stipulated agreement shall be null and void with no further action to be taken by the city, and the existing lien amount of $102,400 shall be reinstated.
Do have the stipulated agreement for lien reduction in the file. It's been reviewed and it is approved.
Okay, item number 3, case number 22-136. This is a public request for a lien reduction at 1701 North M Street. Property owner is Levy Land Trust LLC. Officer Dale.
Officer Leticia Dell with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. The City of Lake Worth Beach has entered into a stipulated agreement for lien reduction with property owner Levy Land Trust LLC. The persons executing the stipulated agreement have the authority to enter into this agreement and bind. There's a code enforcement lien on the property located at 1701 North M Street in Lake Worth Beach. Owner has otherwise met all of the requirements of sections 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the city's code of ordinances relating to the reduction of code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property totals $31,800, and the owner agrees to pay $3,180 to settle and release the lien. The city will recommend to the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $3,180, and the owner agrees to make payment by September 25th, 2024. If the city does not receive payment as set forth above, the stipulated agreement shall be null and void, with no further action to be taken by the city, and the existing lien amount of $31,800 shall be reinstated.
I have the stipulated agreement for lien reduction in the file. It is in proper form and approved.
Okay, next is item number 4, case number 22-1592. It's a public request for a lien reduction at 1230 North F Street. Case name was 1230 North F Street LLC. New owner is Stephen B. North. Officer Dale.
The city did attempt to enter into a stipulated agreement for lien reduction with the property owners. However, they did not respond to the agreement.
So then we will withdraw this case. You're not here for that address, are you, sir? No, I think he's just observing. Okay, so we're going to go to item number 5, case number 23-1016. This is a public request for a lien reduction at 1020 North Federal Highway. Property owner is Miko and Paul Tervakoski. Officer Dale.
Officer Leticia Dell with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. The City of Lake Worth Beach has entered into a stipulated agreement for lien reduction with property owners Paul and Miko Tervakoski. The persons executing a stipulated agreement have the authority to enter into this agreement and bind. There's a code enforcement lien on the property located at 1020 North Federal Highway in Lake Worth Beach. Owner has otherwise met all of the requirements of sections 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the city's code of ordinances relating to the reduction of code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property totals $10,350, in which the owner has submitted receipts to reduce it to zero. The city will recommend to the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $0.
They get the deal of the day.
I know.
I have the stipulated agreement in the file. I've reviewed it. It's in proper form and approved.
Now we are going to go to page 3, item 13, case number 23-2124. It's a public request for an extension of time for compliance at 1605 Crestwood Boulevard. Property owner is Mitchell Valderez. Officer Dale.
Officer Leticia Dell with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. The owner's name, case number, and address has been read into the record. The owner is requesting their first extension of time requested for compliance by September 26, 2024. This case was initiated as an inspector-generated case on November 8, 2023. Door hanger number 13308 was issued on November 9, 2023, with the compliance date of December 11, 2023. And an additional 60 days was given with the notice of violation. The notice of violation was sent out on January 18, 2024, and the property in City Hall was posted on January 24, 2024. The first hearing date was April 25, 2024, and the property was ordered compliance by May 29, 2024, with a $50 per day fine. To date, the property is still in non-compliance. The last permit status update was March 14, 2024, where the permit was disapproved by Planning and Zoning. The owner has been in contact with the city and permit number 240607 is now pending approval. At this time, the city is in agreement with the extension of time request for the owner with the compliance date of September 25th, 2024.
Sounds like everybody agrees that is granted.
Okay, we're gonna go to page 5 of the agenda. Item number 19, case number 24543 is complied. Okay, we're gonna go to item 23, case number 24-320, property address of 1749 Crestwood Boulevard. Property owner is Ferretta Florexel, Officer Dale.
Officer Letisa Dale with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. The owner's name, address, and case number has been read into the record. This case was initiated as a field observation on February 15th, 2024. Existing violations are no active business license for the owner, Florexil Ferretta. 14-35, no use and occupancy inspection for the owner, Florexil Ferretta. 2-75.6.2, expired permit number 22-3646, in which they were cited to contact the building department to process and move the permit forward. All other violations have been complied. The property was re-inspected on June 10th, 2024, and found to be in non-compliance. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on February 27th, 2024, and the certified mail was delivered on March 2nd, 2024. The property was posted at the Property and City Hall on February 29th, 2024. And the last re-inspection was on June 24th, 2024, and found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. There has been no personal contact with the property owner. The city's recommendation time is July 29th, 2024, with a $75 per day fine and an administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by July 29th, 2024.
What's the permit? What did they do without a permit?
I'm not sure what they did exactly. I just know that it's expired from 22.
So they had a building permit, it was issued, it expired before it was closed out.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, respondent is not present. City has proper notice with the notice documents in the file. Based on the testimony and the evidence, the fine property remains in violation as cited, with the exception of compliance with City Code 23.4-19. July 29th is the compliance deadline for the outstanding violations. After that, $75 per day are assessed until compliance is achieved. Administrative costs of $425.29 are awarded and due no later than July 29th.
Okay, we're gonna go to page 7, item 28, case number 24-518, property address of 821 North B Street. Property owner is Frederick B. McGregor, Officer Dale.
Officer Letisa Dale with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. The owner's name, address, and case number has been read into the record. This case was initiated as a field observation on April 1st, 2024. Existing violations are 12-17, trash bins in public view, 12-18, garbage, trash, and debris throughout the entire property, 2-75.6.2, dirt buildup and mildew on the mailbox, and loose broken cement on the property, dirt buildup on the knee wall, 23.4-10, trailer parked on the grass, 23.4-11, trailer on property not screened, 23.4-19, outdoor storage, 23.6-1, dirt or bare spots in the landscape and landscape border in disrepair, 23.4-4, missing or damaged broken fence slabs. The property was re-inspected on May 21st, 2024, and found to be in non-compliance. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on April 3rd, 2024, and the certified mail was returned, but the property was posted at the Property and City Hall on April 5th, 2024. The last re-inspection was on June 24th, 2024, and found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. There has been no personal contact with the property owner. The city's recommendation time is July 29th, 2024, with a $50 per day fine and an administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by July 29th, 2024.
Respondent is not present, but city has proper notice with the posting and the return certified mail. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I find the property remains in violation as cited, with the exception of compliance with City Code 15-39. July 29th is the compliance deadline for the remaining violations. Daily fines of $50 per day are assessed after that until compliance is achieved. $425.29 in administrative costs are awarded and due no later than July 29th.
Okay, item 29, case number 24-534. Property address of 1725 LaView Avenue. Property owner is Yari LLC. Officer Dale.
Officer Leticia Dell with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. The owner's name, address, and case number has been read into the record. This case was initiated as a complaint on April 4th, 2024. Existing violations are 12-18, garbage, trash, and debris throughout the entire property. 2-75.6.2, hanging wires on the structure and repair mailbox in disrepair. 2-75.6.2, B4, overgrown landscape. 23.4-4, fence in disrepair, and 23.2-21, permit needed for carport addition. All other violations have been complied. Property re-inspected on June 11, 2024, and found to be in non-compliance. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on April 8th, 2024, and the certified mail was delivered on April 11, 2024. The property was posted at the Property and City Hall on April 10th, 2024. The last reinspection was on June 24th, 2024, and found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. There has been personal contact with the property owner. The city's recommendation time is July 29, 2024, with a $75 per day fine and an administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by July 29, 2024.
Respondent is not present, but the city has proper notice in this case. Based on the testimony and the evidence, property remains in violation as cited, with the exception of compliance with City Code 1539, 23.4-19, and 23.6-1. Also note that on 2-75.6.2, a lot of the items have been cured, but there's still disrepair mailbox and some loose wires hanging off the structure that keep that code section in violation. July 29th, 2024 is the compliance deadline. Daily fines of $75 per day are assessed after that until compliance is achieved. $425.29 in administrative costs are awarded and due no later than July 29th.
We are going to go to page 2 of the agenda. Item number 9, case number 23-232. This is a public request for a lien reduction at 402 Lake Osborne Drive. Property owner is LLG Investment LLC. Supervisor Hicks.
Bobby Hicks with the City of Lake Worth Beach. The person executing the stipulated agreement has the authority to enter into this agreement. There is a code enforcement lien on the property located at 402 Lake Osborne Drive. The person is otherwise free of all outstanding debts due to the city, and all administrative costs assessed in underlying code compliance case have been paid. Owner does not have any other properties in the city with active code compliance cases. Owner has otherwise met the requirements of sections 2-69.3 and sections 2-69.3.1 of the city's code of ordinances related to the reduction of this code enforcement lien. The lien existing on the property totals $6,800, and the owner agrees to pay $680 to settle and release the lien. The city is recommending to the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $680, and the owner agrees to make payment by July 29th of 2024. If the city does not receive payment set forth, the stipulated agreement shall be null and void with no further action taken by the city, and the existing lien amount of $6,800 shall be reinstated.
I do have the stipulated agreement for lien reduction in the file. It's been reviewed. It's in proper form and approved. I believe we've addressed all the items on the agenda. Is there anything else for the good of the order before we adjourn this morning's hearing? Right. We actually got in under 11. It's 11:27. So we've concluded our business and we stand adjourned. Pretty good for us.
Yes, it is.